So where do we start? Before we get into all of the nitty-gritty of the tech, and we will, we need to talk about the foundational elements of marketing. And this one frustrates me a little bit because I mentioned I have that master's degree in direct marketing because God bless my father. He told me that direct marketing was the internet on steroids, as I mentioned earlier. But many people, especially small business owners, think that marketing is one thing and they don't really understand the definition of marketing. So they get caught doing everything as opposed to finding the thing and going deep dive in the thing. And I know everybody's listening and they're going, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, Chris. So we're going to talk about this a little bit. So marketing is the ability to make somebody else take action. Click, book, buy, right? Taking action. That is it. You want somebody to take action. And when you're marketing, you need to get out of your own head. You need to stop selling the tactical aspects of the business. And as small business owners, we all fall prey to this because we've built it. We don't want to just sell the Ferrari. We built that thing with our bare hands. We spent years and years learning how to do it. We went in, we carved everything. We like the leather of the interior. We handmade everything. Great. Nobody cares. They want the outcome. They want the beautiful girl to notice them driving the Ferrari down the road. It's a difficult one, especially for small business owners. Enterprise businesses, they have a pretty good perspective on that because they're not as attached to it. There isn't as much emotion involved, but you need to keep that in the back of your head. Gang, we're going to get to the AI stuff. These are the foundational elements, I promise you. Attention. You need to use emotional hooks and no gimmicks. Audience. You need to deeply understand who you're marketing to. This is a critical one. I do think my father would bang on the table and he'd say, Christopher, what's the first thing that you do when you're marketing? And I said, I don't know. Geez, I don't know. Tell everybody about the business. I don't know. Create a great direct mail piece. I don't know. Buy a billboard. That's advertising. Okay. The first thing that you do before anything when you're marketing is you need to research who your customer is. Now, you as the small business owner, you might understand that intrinsically. You may have built the business because of that customer to solve that customer's problem. Maybe you were the customer. That's why you started the small business. But if you don't start there, and if you don't build out an avatar, name the avatar, Sue. She makes $120,000 a year. She lives in a suburban town in one of the 3 major urban areas on the East Coast. She drives XYZ car. She went to a great university. She studied English. If you don't understand every nit of who your specific customer is, your best customer, you're in trouble. None of this will work. You'll end up playing with Tinker Toys. You'll end up spreading the worst things about your business because you're going to leverage AI and it's going to amplify all of that junk. So before we go anywhere, we understand that marketing, taking action, we sell the outcome, we want people's attention. You need to understand the audience. Building trust through consistent high quality content, you've probably already done it, right? So you don't have to worry about that one. You want to evoke emotion. This, especially for small business owners, becomes icky. People get concerned about talking about themselves and Chris, I'm not comfortable doing that. Your story will do a couple of things. Your story will ring a gong for that ideal customer. Your story will evoke emotion. Do you understand how many multiple millions of dollars enterprise brands leverage to invoke emotion from a potential customer? It's all fake emotion, but you have the advantage of real emotion because this is your renaissance, right? Remember, small businesses right now leveraging AI can swing above their weight class. You now have access to all of that stuff. And clarity, be clear, don't be clever. When you have a couple of different options, shoot right down the middle. Go for Occam's razor, okay? So this is an example of AI. If you guys want to leverage this company, nobody pays me for this, but this is something that Delve AI created. I gave it access to Google Analytics for a client of mine, and it created Brady Kavanaugh. And Brady Kavanaugh is the best client for Stone Farm Living, which is a business that my best friend owns. And we created this avatar, and you notice how detailed it gets. Okay. So it's based off of the Google Analytics. There's a whole other layer, 25 years old, living in a semi-urban area, Gen Z, etc. That's where you start. You identify who that person is. If you want to leverage Delve AI, it'll help you create the avatar. You share the avatar internally, and you're already off to the races. Managing your reputation. This is something that is absolutely critical. We'll talk about it at the end, but it's what Torque AI does as well. So, Ernest Hemingway. What does Hemingway have to do with AI? So here's a quick website hack. If all of this turns you off and all of it scares the heck out of you, you can do this for website content. Small business owners fall prey to it all the time. You should never have more than 7 links in your top navigation of your website. You should be writing content at least an 8th grade reading level. You've been lied to. Your AP English professor lied to you. Stop using big words. Use small words. In fact, Hemingway wrote Old Man and the Sea at a 4th grade reading level. And I think it's the New York Times and Wall Street Journal are written at the 7th and 8th grade reading levels. Challenge yourself for simplicity. Simple is hard. Clarity is difficult. Take the time to do those things on your website and in your communication to that ideal customer, and you'll be absolutely set up to win. So let's get through those 3 core use cases so that we can give you some tactical things that you guys can use today with AI. It is AI 101 after all. So the 3 use cases that I created, and please do ask questions if I think we're going to wait till the end for questions, but we'll go through. So number 1, a non-tech solopreneur who wants to leverage AI to save time and generate ideas. So I encounter this a lot. I am a Gen Xer, and my peers, the vast majority, while they interact on social media, when it comes to marketing, sales, and communications, complete newbies and feel like they're out of their depth when it comes to interacting with technology. So that's one case that we're going to go through. Number 2, owners with broken funnels and want to plug revenue leaks. So maybe you're an owner and you've had your business for 20 years and you have legacy systems. Maybe there is a legacy landing page and you don't know where the leads go. Track it down in HubSpot. I'm not sure where it is. Bob built that 2 years ago. Bob resigned and he started his own company, right? So that's another scenario, and we're going to walk you through that. Number 3, larger small businesses, teams with marketers optimizing what's already or what may already be working. So we're going to go through that. So we're going to start with the non-tech entrepreneur. So if you are a non-tech entrepreneur and all of this scares the heck out of you, here are some layups that I want you to do. So you're going to leverage ChatGPT to write email replies, frequently asked questions, and bios of the individuals that work for your company. Now, when you are figuring out email replies, that is probably one of the more simple ways to leverage ChatGPT. It will improve your writing, but that's not really using it to the utmost. And we're going to get into a couple of hacks for other things just for then email writing. You can turn video content. Perhaps a couple of years ago, you filmed some video content, or perhaps you are telegenic and you're comfortable sitting in front of an iPhone, or you have an intern that can hold the iPhone up in front of you, or the intern or the executive that's helping you out this summer can actually sit in front of a camera, shooting long form video. Take that long form piece of content and put that into Opus Clip. Opus Clip will slice it and dice it. And you guys have seen this content on TikTok where they have the copy underneath and it highlights all those words. Super simple and super easy. All you have to do, upload the file, hit enter, you wait a few minutes and it chops it up. The AI will extract the content from your long form video and will create little digestible bits so that you can then post it on Instagram, on TikTok, on your Facebook feed, etc. So these are simple things. You can film yourself and go onto Opus Clip, upload it, and now you've got a whole repository of content, okay? No excuses for that one. Auto reply to reviews and DMs with trained chatbots. Getting a chatbot on your website, I feel, is the easiest and most critical first step when you're interacting with anybody in AI in a small business. And here's why. When somebody goes to your website, it's not just your website. That's you. That's your reputation. That's your brand. And what happens when somebody shows up and you don't answer the door? You're not home. You must be closed. Okay. So if you leverage AI to have a chatbot, at least at the minimum, $99, that is the first step. You can educate the chatbots. You can upload content. You can upload content for the past 20 years, PDFs, PowerPoints, your mission statement, etc., and put that into your chatbot. At minimum, hours. At minimum, services. At minimum, what are the different nuances, and maybe it's your pricing structure. Those are the minimum things. Now think about it. Somebody goes to your website, they can ask the chatbot those questions and it can answer. The next level is to connect it to your calendar and it can schedule meetings on your behalf. Gang, it's accessible and it can do it. Creating lead magnets in 15 minutes using AI prompts. This is probably the easiest thing. A lead magnet, for those that don't know, is when you hit somebody's website and you request an email address, you're going to want to give them something in return, right? So the thing in return could be a PDF download. It could be a cheat sheet. It could be whatever. If you guys look in the handouts, I've got a cheat sheet for all of you. It's titled Torque AI Small Business Expo, and it's got all sorts of fun stuff. It's got prompt engineering where you can copy and paste, etc. That's a lead magnet. If you just go into ChatGPT and you say, act like an expert marketing consultant and scan my website, you can put your URL in and create a lead magnet for me. Now, there are other things that we could do when it comes to all the pain that somebody might be experiencing as a consumer. We're going to get to that for the other track. And those lead magnets can be even more impactful, but that's where you start. So those are layups for non-tech owners. And here's a great 6-step framework for Chat GPT prompting. This isn't a leave behind, so don't worry. You don't have to worry. You don't have to write this down. This is something that I came up with, and it's just prompt, the acronym. Position the AI, tell it who to be. R, what's the role and the goal? What's the job? You're writing a 5-part email series to re-engage lapsed customers. That's critical. Who are the people that you did business with 10 years ago that you want to re-engage? O, outcome. Tell it what success looks like. We want 25 people to book a demo call. M, make it simple. Who's this for? It's a cold audience of women over 45 who hate jargon. P, provide context. Don't leave it guessing. Here's our last campaign. Here's a great post that crushed it. Maybe Susie from last summer wrote a great post on social media. You want to provide that to ChatGPT and say, this worked. Replicate that. And T, test it. This is key. Now you're going to give it, you say, give me 3 versions, 1 bold, 1 funny, and 1 straightforward. You train it, you tweak it, and you go from there. Again, that framework is in the leave behind, so don't worry about it. AI customer acquisition, predictive analytics, AI chatbots for lead capture, AI-powered content creation, and AI-powered insights. All right, gang. I really hope that helped. That was some of the details about understanding the foundational elements of AI. You need to understand the foundational elements of marketing first. Up next, we're going to talk about how you go about the actual implementation of this if you, in fact, are already running funnels and have sales funnels and marketing funnels, and there are a couple of things that might be breaking along the way. We're going to answer any question that you might have around that in the next video. Check it out.